HSR has a massive free-to-play problem that's actually killing the game actively as we speak. I've actually narrowed this free-to-play problem down into 3 key issues. Now, there are more issues that play at hand with this, but the 3 main issues are, number 1, HP inflation for in-game content, the pools they actively give per patch, and the fact they're not adding in any free-to-play units into the game that actively help you out to clear this content, namely 4-star characters, which, goddamn, I swear, people get so butthurt and anal about when you bring up a new 4-star character. They're useless. You're not ever going to use them. It's the same thing with half your 5-star roster. You don't even use them after they get power crept anyways. The same thing with the 4-stars. At least you can get these 4-stars for like semi-free and then get them up to like Eidolon 6 and then make them actually usable within a team. And usually by the time they're power crept, let's be honest, the 5-star variants probably power creeped anyways. And all of these issues I just mentioned actually flow directly into each other. And all of these problems actually flow into one another and make bigger problems of each of the problems they already are. So let's talk about the first issue, HP inflation. Now, this graph right here literally shows the Memory of Chaos HP trend. Let me move my big ass head out of the way. This shows the Memory of Chaos HP trend from back in Enigma and Deep Space, which let's see if we can get an exact date for that. Enigma and Deep Space, Enigma and Deep Space. Is that Enigma and Deep? Nope. Keep going back further. Okay. Was that it? Enigma and Deep Space literally goes back to 2023 to 2024. Literally, you can see the absolute fuckery that the HP inflation has done. This is going back to 2023 and 2024. Look how slow the power creep is in inflation. And then we hit this point. Okay, starts going up a little bit more. Okay, goes up. Okay, goes out, back down a little bit. The level's out, then goes up slowly. And then, Jesus Christ, bang, 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 bang. This is an insane amount of power creep. What this power creep is genuinely doing, guys, is quite literally making 90% of the characters you see on this tier list here absolutely useless because their multipliers do not keep up, number 1. Number 2, they're not getting any types of buffs to make them better. Number 3 with this, guys, you have to think, they're releasing 2 new 5-stars every single patch. And this is why I hate the copium of, oh, 4-stars don't do shit. 4-stars would 100% help this issue out. If they plan to keep going down this extreme power creep route or extreme HP inflation route, this is absolutely horrendous for the game. And I do see it killing the game in the future because no one's able to complete in-game content unless they actually pull for these characters. And let's go into a bit deeper of a detail here. What characters really don't work for in-game content anymore? Tell me what team you're seeing with anything past tier 0.5 realistically for any casual player working for in-game content. I don't see it. If you don't have any vertical, and honestly, the only character I see here that will perform at a higher level and actually complete content for you or complete in-game Memory of Chaos right now from this tier 1 or lower is honestly Acheron with vertical investment. Every other character with vertical investment, maybe Fei Shao can as well, but outside of that, no character here is completing in-game content for you. Like, really. I think you could make an argument with Firefly or Rappa, but you still need some vertical investment with them as well. But outside of that, like, what are these characters doing here? Absolutely nothing. They're not helping you out in one bit. That leaves you with what characters are realistically good for your account. Everything tier 0.5 here and above. Then we think, oh, well, okay, these characters are good, right? That's still a lot of characters that work for your account, but where were these characters released at? Let's test here. Let's do the 3.0 in red here. So, bang, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0. Okay, top meta characters all 3.0. Then we have 3.0 here. Let's see, let's just bring it over here. Yeah, we have 3.0, which this is fucking wrong, 3.0. Then we have that there, then we have that there. Okay, most of our top tier characters are 3.0. Let's move down to tier 0.5. 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0. Okay, over here, 3.0. Oh, well, who does that leave us with? Oh, it leaves us with Kafka and Black Swan that work exclusively because we got a 3.0 DPS that helps them out that much more. So if she wasn't in the game, they wouldn't be where their positions are at. So let's say if she wasn't in the game, you eliminate those, right? Now, I'm glad that they have some usability because she's been released. Talking about some of the other roles here. Okay, well, he works good. Why? Because he helps memo sprites out and he's just an overall great action advancer. Okay, then let's go down to tier 0.5 now. Okay, 3.0. Then we have, that's the only 3.0 unit. So overall supports, I mean, really good for this era. Don't think that Bronny should be up here. I also don't even think Sid Ridger should be up here as well, considering how kerfuckled she is. But let's just take it how it is, right? Supports, don't really have an issue with. Now, let's talk about this right here. Sustains. We get him for free. amazing. All these other characters we don't get for free, and they're starting to fall behind. Genuinely, if you take it into the latest in-game content, they're starting to get DPS checked, where they're not able to keep your team alive as efficiently as these two characters here. So I'm glad we have one free character there. Now, the main issue here is this right here with the HP inflation. So as of right now, if you're looking to clear in-game content as a casual player, you're probably having to pull at least, okay, Archer's free. I'll give Archer that. I didn't mark him there, but he is free. You're overall having to pull at least probably 3 to 4 of these DPS. So let's take that into a calculation real quick here, guys. You know what? I'll be generous. Let's do 75 soft pity for, let's do 4 DPS, right? 3 DPS. Let's do 3 DPS. 225 pulls. Okay, cool. Then we get a free sustain here. So, okay, so that means we need another sustain for our account now. Okay, let's add another 75 pulls to that pool there. 300 pulls. Okay, now we're going into the round of support. For each team, you need at least 1 to 2 supports, and all of these supports don't work here. Let's say you get 3 supports for your account. This is all E0, S0, by the way. This is not calculating any light cones or anything like that. So that's 75 plus 75 plus 75 there. Wham! 525 pull, like, minimum. Minimum 525 pulls. Okay, that's a lot of fucking pulls, right? And this is honestly underselling what players most likely need for their accounts, because a lot of people do need vertical investment to actually clear this content. Even with some of these tier 0.5 characters, they need vertical investment to make them that much better to actually work and clear the in-game content. You guys in the comments are gonna fucking cope out and say, oh, you don't need this shit. You can clear everything E0, S0. You don't even need any of these new 5-star characters. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Show me a fucking clip of you doing it without being a try-hard sweat, playing this game every goddamn day, grinding out your relics every goddamn day to have the perfect gear sets. We're not talking about you. I'm talking about the average casual player, which is what I am, and what I feel like a lot of the players playing this game are. So let's take this into consideration here. 525 pull minimum. So just doing some quick math here, going over every single patch we've gotten. So if you saved up all of your Stellar Jades from version 3.0 to 3.7, you'd have had 353 pulls. You get an average about 90 pulls per patch, which guarantees you one character, but does not guarantee you the signature 5-star character. Let's just say that. Now, with that being said as well, if we take a look at what Pride 1 grades, Pride 1 actually does great now, having the signature icon. So this is not even taking signature icon into account. So based off of the DPS, the supports, and the sustains we just talked about, you would need a minimum of 525 pulls. Hey, if you got your characters and you won every single 50-50 for every single one of those characters, bravo, bravo. Guess what? You have pulled all of your characters, and now you can do your vertical investment, right? But if you are like me and like many others that don't win their 50-50s, then you are probably somewhere in the middle here. What is the average between a 525 pull minimum and then a 1050 maximum pull? This is actually a little bit higher. The max is a little bit higher. If you want to take that up to 90 pulls, I'm being very generous and saying you get your 5-star at 75 pulls every single time, which doesn't happen a lot of the time. So let's just say the average is 787 pulls to actually get these characters we just mentioned. Now, where that becomes the problem at: number 1, you cannot get any signature icons for any one of these characters. Number 2, you cannot get for any vertical investment for any one of these characters. And number 3, you are still behind by an additional 30 pulls. So that means you don't have whatever that last character slot is. Maybe you didn't get a sustain, maybe you're using a Gallagher instead, right? Which maybe doesn't work too well in the near future, depending on how DPS checks go. Future editor YouTube here, and this is also not taking into account you're not able to beat the in-game content because your account's not built up to the point where you can actually clear all the in-game content to get all the rewards from the in-game content. So do keep that in mind. So you're honestly, this is being super generous in the fact that we're grading at 75 pulls. So your luck's really good. You're winning every 50-50. Amazing. And you're able to already clear all the in-game content in the game right now, which a lot of players aren't. And that is the free-to-play pull dilemma. You don't have enough pulls to actually build your team the correct way to make sure it's ensuring it's clearing content. Because let's say you use some of these Jades, pull the character on the, in 3.0, right? Well, okay, you have these DPS. Now, did you do vertical investment there? Because if you didn't, they're probably struggling in content right now. And I know many will say, well, you have to be smart with your Stellar Jades and save them up. This right here, this equation right here, literally proves that it does not matter if you save your Stellar Jades up or not, you would still not be able to get the team to actually clear content. We can actually take this a step further and look at what's currently in the game right now. Oh yeah, it gives you the best in slot team for one side of your Memory of Chaos run, right? Which is a team with Cyrene, Castris, which is right here, Tribby, and also Hisense as well. It gives you the best 3 characters for the team, our best characters team. Minimum, you need 300 pulls to get every single one of these characters. If you were given the leniency of getting these 5-star characters at 75 pulls, and that's me being generous because that doesn't happen most of the time. If you have to hit max at 75 pulls, still being really generous, 600 pulls there. So where does that leave us with? Oh, we now have 150 pulls left. If you saved from the ass end, actually, this is not even entirely true because this is calculating for 3 points. This would be less, a little bit less, not that much less, but you get the point I'm trying to make here. Let's say if you do have to hit your 50-50 every time, okay, 150 pulls left to build one team. You have 150 pulls. You're gonna build a second team with 150 pulls? Yeah, by the way, you have no vertical investment. I would hope to God you don't need any vertical investment for this team. I hope that you don't need any light cones because you're absolutely fucking cooked if you do, bucko. Now, that's what leads us into our third and final issue here. 4 stars. Why are 4 stars so important to the game? Well, number one, if you don't treat the 4 stars like an absolute bag of dicks, like they have treated all of our 4-star DPS, give us a usable 4-star DPS that competes with these characters. I'm sure it'll take a cut of your sales, but what it will also do is help some of these players out. Maybe they cannot afford to spend money on the game to actually beat the in-game content, because that's what we see that issue. And you know what? The community sucks ass for this, actually, because what the community will do when someone can't beat the content, they either go, oh, fucking skill issue. Oh, you fucking tourist. Oh, you can't beat it because you're a fucking tourist. Oh, you can't beat this shit because you didn't spend enough money. You didn't plan your Stellar Jades out correctly. You're a fucking loser. Fucking plan them out better. That is the most ridiculous shit I have ever heard in my fucking life. Bro said you have a skill issue because you didn't have enough Jades. The game didn't give you enough Jades to pull the best team in the game, and you didn't spend money on the game to actually enhance your best team. Fucking ridiculous. But what 4 stars would enable you to do is, let's say you now have a really solid banner, right? Let's say the banner we have right now, right? Where we have, you know, the best 4 characters in the game. Add a new 4-star to that banner to make it even more appealing to pull on, surely. That right there solves the issue. You add a new 4-star in, guess what? You can get the second better option to maybe one of the supports that someone couldn't pull. Or maybe it's the second best option to another team or another set of teams that maybe that's not on the current banner, maybe, right? Do that. I don't care. But it gives an extra character to pull for while you're pulling on the main character. Let's say you get the main character now, right? Okay, well, since I have my main character now and I can't pull any other 5 stars from this 5-star pool, I can only get either I lose the 50-50 and I get a random ass 5-star that's gonna be fucking useless anyways, or B, we get our 5-star and we can move on to the next character. Guess what? That 4-star is gonna stay consistent across every single one of those other banners. That means when you move on to the other banner, you still have a chance to pull that character, right? Let's say maybe you're waiting to get that support last because you've already pulled your fucking your support character, right? Or maybe you've pulled the character that replaces another character on that team. Fucking great. That's one less character to pull for now, and when you had that one less character to pull for now, you can save those Jades and take it somewhere else to build your other team up. And first of all, save people on Jades. It would help clear in-game content a lot easier, so it wouldn't fix the HP inflation issue because it's still going up, but it would help it be more free-to-play friendly. And the approach to that, I think altogether it needs to fucking stop the HP inflation. Let's be honest, they're not gonna do that shit, okay? So fucking cook there. And then when you bring up the issue of obsoleteness, okay, let's say that 4-star becomes obsolete. Great. That character's became obsolete, you use some resources on them, right? Guess what? I am pretty sure there are tens of, let's check my account actually. I just wanna, like, let's take a glance at what my account looks like here in terms of the 4 stars we use here, right? What 4 stars do I currently use in the game right now? Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I use a single 4. I use Gallagher. Let's go down the list here. I use Pela. Okay, let's go down the list here. I use Herta. I still use Herta some. Going down the list here, I don't use March 7th. I don't use Moth. I don't use Ting Yun. I don't really, I Sampo very often on, but that's just a me thing. Yeah, I don't use anyone else here. But let's take a look at the 5 stars, right? Okay, well, I have Saber here. I haven't really touched her too much. She's just kind of sitting in the back here. Well, don't use him. Don't use Embedded Lune. We use Sunday. Don't really use Rop anymore. Don't really use Silverwolf. Don't really use Archer. Don't really use Zila. Don't really use Sparkle. I use Sparkle sometimes. Don't really use Jing Yuan. I use Brian sometimes. Don't really use Bailu. Don't really use Depart. Don't really use John Ching. We don't use any of the forms here, but this is fine because it's this form here. Don't really use Himiko anymore. Don't really use Topaz and Noombi anymore. Let's be honest, I don't really use Firefly anymore because my break team sucks ass. Don't really use Clar anymore. Don't really use Argenti anymore. We use this character, we use this character, we use this character. We don't use Dr. Ratio anymore. We don't use Fushuan anymore. We use these two characters here. We use Ruan Mei. We use this. Okay, so every other character we use. But that's about the same amount of 5 stars that I have on my account that I don't use, that I have 4 stars on my account that I don't use. So fucking wasting resources building a character makes no fucking sense at all, because you're still wasting those resources on the 5 stars that you're not using anymore. Don't even fucking cope with me and tell me that you are using them. If you're telling me you're using them, you're fucking retarded. No, you're not. You're fucking stupid. And I just thought about this. One more way to fix this game is buff more characters. You know what? I love that we got a buff for Jing, Liu, Kafka, and all them. Make it more often. Just give us buffed characters every other patch. Give us a group of buffed characters every other patch. Is it that fucking hard? I really don't think it is. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Sorry, this is my little rant phase of HSR. Hopefully we can start afresh at the beginning of the year, or maybe I'll just quit by then. I don't fucking know. We'll see. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. I have TCG cards open. I've been doing a lot of One Piece TCG. Got a lot of One Piece cards right here. If you guys like One Piece TCG, then I'm sure you might know my other channel. If you don't, then I guess you don't. If you guys want to know what it is, then maybe I'll talk about it in a future video. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one later. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see a video of me talking about why HSR is currently failing and going like on a downward trajectory, and why I think the game is actually might be cooked in the next like year or so. So yeah, bye guys, see you later, bye.